Last time on Delightful Travelers, we started our new life in Greece. We're so excited to be back exploring one of our favorite countries. In this video, we're making our way around Corfu, trying to figure out if this is somewhere we want to live for a while. The question is, do we stay or do we go?
I'm Trevor, and this is Anna. In this series, we're finally experiencing one of our ultimate dreams, living in Greece. Make sure to hit subscribe and click the like button so you don't miss a single video. A huge thanks to our channel members and patrons for making these videos possible. Now, let's go explore Corfu.
I'm on my way now.
Well, welcome back to another video here in Greece, but more specifically, Corfu. We're out exploring a little bit today on a recon mission.
Yeah, we're at a place called Loggas Beach, I think it is. The most epic viewpoint. We knew that Corfu was known for having beautiful beaches and some beautiful cliffs, but wow, this is really, really amazing. So if you watched our last video, you know that we are back in one of our favorite countries, Greece, and we're really here in Corfu to scope it out, to figure out if we want to spend a long time here. We're gonna be a while here in Greece, kind of living, but do we want to stay in Corfu, go to a new island, or maybe go to another island that we've been to before? By the end of the video, we'll make a decision.
This doesn't even look real. The color here is just nuts.
To be honest, we actually waited a while because there was a cloud in front of the sun, and we knew the moment the sun comes out that water is gonna light up, and it was definitely worth the wait. It gets even better as you walk down the stairs. You can't really see that much. You can sort of see cliffs from up top, but definitely not this. You come down the stairs and you're greeted with this.
This is wild. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. White cliffs, and they're straight up, straight down. We've been to a lot of Greek islands over the past number of years, but nothing looked quite like this setting. Look, Anna's trying to get down here. Look. It's a lot of the wood is kind of broken, huh?
Yeah, they're not the best stairs I've ever been on. I noticed somebody going very slowly, and I wondered what the problem is. They're in really, really bad shape.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but look, there's like no rails here. It's just a complete drop off. There's a rail on this side, but yeah, I think it's worth it. If you have good mobility, it's possible, but whoo, look at those. Look at the view.
This is so cool. They're actually stairs that go right down almost into the water. They're not the best stairs I've ever been on, so if you're coming down here, definitely be careful, but it's still so cool. And now we're like surrounded by the cliffs. This is gonna be one of those days where I gush a lot because wow, I hope this is coming across on camera almost as good as it is in actual person, because this is honestly incredible. We are here late in the morning, but obviously it's called Sunset Beach. I think we said that already. So I imagine late in the day, the sun must be over there and like lighting up all the cliffs. I bet it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it sets over that way. It's kind of west, but it's just so neat. You can kind of walk down here. The water is not too rough. I don't feel in danger or anything like that.
No, I noticed there's a sign over there on the cliffs. I wonder if it's warning you not to, or like to be really careful, I bet ya.
Well, that was super fun, but speaking of super fun, check out what we got to get around this island. We rented a little smart car. I thought you guys would like this. It's very cute, it's very quaint, and it's very peppy. All right, do you know where we're going next?
I don't, actually. I think you planned this out, so I'm not quite sure. Somewhere up the road?
I think it's up the road and called like Sidari, maybe?
Sidari, right.
Okay, we were actually wrong. We're not going to Sidari. We're going to a place called Cape Drastis, I think it is. The roads are really tight here, but it just makes for like a fun adventure. There's lots of little cars. There's no like big SUVs around at all. And sometimes you have to stop on the road and wait for another car to come by. You just have to like pull over. But I think we're getting close. I'm seeing cars. Well, that was a really short drive.
Yeah, a lot quicker than we thought.
One thing though we have noticed about Corfu here is it's really, really green. I mean, it is the greenest, I'd say, Greek island we've come across.
We've definitely the greenest we've come across, and probably the 10-ish islands that we've been on. And people here seem very proud of it. People are pointing it out to us that it's very, very green here.
Well, now I see what all the fuss is about this place.
Yeah, I didn't think it could get better than the last place. Look at the view down there. It's like a beach. I don't know how much you guys are going to be able to see from the camera lens, but again, a lot of gushing, a lot of wows today.
So back to moving here for a second. These are the kind of things that make us fall in love with a place. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we have kind of like a list of criteria, which we'll talk about throughout the course of this video, what we're looking for, but stuff like this, like epic viewpoints, amazing beaches, crazy nature, that's super high up there.
There's no question that this island has the nature and it's very, very green. The question is, does it have the rest of what we're looking for in a place to live? I know we just flew the drone about a minute or two ago in the video, but we'd be crazy not to take this thing up in the air again to get a look at this.
We are both starving. We came over to a place called Kantina Grill here in Sidari and got some gyros. It's time for these. We've been in Corfu for a few days yet and have yet to have a full-on regular gyro. We've had a gyro plate so far, but this will be the first one on this Greek trip.
We'll have to describe what these are because not everyone will know.
We do have previous videos on them if you are super interested in them. It's basically like you take a pita, some tzatziki, I think there's tomatoes, maybe onions, now I forget, French fries, and then we both got pork. I actually wanted to get chicken, but they said it would take about another 20 minutes until it's ready, and I'm super hungry.
It's kind of cool. You can see the spit right there. So yeah, let's get into it. Take a look at this. I'm a little excited for this because it's been so many years, and these are one of our other favorite things here in Greece. So it's pretty big too, and this is like a regular. But let's just go for it. Well, let's talk about the pork itself. So flavorful. I can smell it right next to me, that big hunk of pork, and in here, it's just as good with the pita. The French fry thing. Now, once we made a video, I think it was in Rhodos, where we tried and went around the whole island trying to find the best gyros we could possibly find. Some had French fries, some didn't. So I'm curious if you guys are like on team French fry or not. Also, let's talk about the sauce here. We have the tzatziki, which kind of is creamy and rounds it out, and overall this is a good gyro, perfect size for lunch. I mean, I wouldn't eat this every day. You gotta kind of watch the waistline when we can, right? But it is delicious.
Oh my goodness, I am so hungry, and it was just torture watching Trevor take the very first few bites. He was just talking about our previous video that we did about gyros, and I feel like somebody actually left a comment recently and gave us a pro tip and said, ask for no French fries and then they'll give you more meat. So that's interesting. Someone try that out for us and let us know if that's true or not.
I'm very curious if you're gonna like this as much as I do.
That is exceptionally good. The pork, really, really good, not too chewy. Sometimes I find pork a little bit too chewy. That's why I was going for the chicken, but this is going to be really, really delicious. I also love tzatziki. I could probably put it on pretty much everything. Super, super creamy and tangy. Got a lot of garlic in it and cucumber.
The food here has been pretty good in Corfu.
Yeah, we've actually had really great food. I'd say we've had maybe 1 or 2 meals that were mediocre, but everything else has been probably on the exceptional side.
So if you're coming over to Sidari, maybe check out Kantina Grill. Well, that was a great lunch, I'm not gonna lie. So excited to have gyros again back in our life, huh?
I know, they're so good. I wish you could get them. Well, you can get them in other places, but they're never as good as they are here in Greece, and a definite staple. But let's go back to like what we were talking about in terms of moving someplace, some stuff that we need or want. One thing is like good internet is an absolute requirement. We've honestly been having a really hard time with that here in Corfu.
That's been the hardest so far.
It has. So like even in the main city, the internet was really slow. We tested it in a bunch of places.
It's been a fail. It's like, well, let's just go out and say that. So the food has been a check, the nature has been a check, but the internet has not been good. You guys know we work for ourselves, and to get these videos up, we need faster speeds, and already we were trying to do 2 videos a week, and we can't do it. So one is tricky at the moment. Yeah, this town is a lot different than the town we've been at. It definitely feels more like a little more hip and a little more trendy.
Yeah, I think it's like quite a bit younger. If you guys watched our last video, we're staying in a town not far from here called Rhoda, but it's got a little bit of, let's say, an older vibe.
It does. There's nothing wrong with that, but look at this. Oh my lord. There's like a bunch of beaches in this town.
Yeah, and look at the cliff. I guess the cliff continues on this side of the island. There is some seaweed here, but nothing too bad, but it's definitely piling up along the edges of the water.
So yeah, one of our favorite things about this island so far is it seems like every 10 minutes there's another town that has its own kind of vibe, its own kind of thing. This one, yeah, I'm actually genuinely shocked how many more younger people there are here than in Rhoda we're hanging out at the moment anyway. So yeah, we love that about Greece. There's beaches everywhere. This island is really interesting. I would definitely, if you guys are thinking about coming here, you should do it. Corfu is pretty good. So one thing when you're traveling full-time is you have to do some things you don't normally do when you're just on vacation, and that means I gotta go get a haircut. So this seems to be the town to do. It's time to get this mop chopped. Getting your haircut in a foreign country is always a little bit strange and nerve-wracking. They try to cut your hair in a way that, like, whatever the trends are for the country that you're in, so you gotta direct them a little bit. Now luckily they did speak English in there, but they did blow dry my hair, so it looks a little weird, but it turned out okay. It was about 18 euro. Not too bad while you're traveling full-time. Now you know. But anyway, we're gonna pick you up in another location in just a second.
It's a new day. We've come over to a town called Palaiokastritsa, I believe it's called. Definitely getting some Italy vibes here if you guys watch that series.
Yeah.
This beach is super busy.
Yeah, look at the sheer amount of people here. I'm a little bit shocked. It's like...
We're well into September.
Yeah, well into September. Totally different vibes on this side of the island versus where we're staying.
Totally.
Check out the setting here though. We're between these two cliffs. The color of the water is incredible, but I do have to say I'm a little shocked at how many people are on this side of the island versus where we're staying. I just expected coming in here because on the map the town looks smaller. There'd be no one here. I can't even begin to imagine how many people are here in July and August. The roads are really tight as well, so I imagine there's lots of times we have to stop and back up and people have to figure out how to pass. I can't imagine that. I don't know if I'd want to be here in super high season.
So if I were to try to describe to you where exactly this town is located, I guess it's sort of in the middle of Corfu, but on the western side. And it seems to be known for like lots of big cliffs and little covey beaches like this. So that's probably why it's oh so popular.
You can probably see the boats over there as well. I think they do, it looks like some of the excursions go from here from what I can tell.
I've seen boats coming and going. They seem to be full of people. So there must be some cool boat excursions you can do from here. I also want to say, like, I like that the beach is kind of a combo of beach clubs, don't know how much it costs, and just like free beach for people to come and hang out on their own.
I do wonder how many people are out on excursions because there's a lot of boats in for like midday.
Yeah.
Wow. There's like another beach just next to that beach. This one's all pebbles, and can you see the cliffs behind us? These are entirely different than the white cliffs we saw earlier in the video today. In fact, these kind of look like where we're from in Cape Breton. Well, I'm from Cape Breton, but the highlands, the cliffs there, look kind of like this. So this is nuts. Within a 2-minute walk, totally different beaches.
Greece is honestly so incredible. There's a reason it's one of our favorite countries in the world. This is just one of the like 200 and something islands that are inhabited that you can visit. Like, it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
They're all really, really different from one another.
That's the thing we keep saying. Everything is entirely different everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Rocky Beach, Sandy Beach, clear water.
Basically whatever you want, it's here.
We're just on our way back to our car because there are more areas to see where we're at right now. We got to go check those out, but we're in a paid parking lot. I think this might be the only one in this town.
Yeah, this is not where we parked. I don't know if you
No.
can see that. Yeah.
We're going to take you. I'll show you guys where we parked because it's in a tight little area that was free. Check this out. Here's our car. Here's the little tiny road.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of space here. It's a good thing we have a smart car to turn around. It should be relatively easy, but if we had a bigger car,
yeah,
we'd be backing out of here.
I'm gonna attempt to just kind of turn right here. I think it's possible, but we got other places to go.
Yeah, we have one more stop planned. So last stop of the day, we've come to one more beach. This we had to come see. It's a huge, huge sandy beach. It's called Agios Georgios.
Yeah, this is surrounded by these massive, massive cliffs, and I think it's one of the biggest beaches on the island. At least on the map, it looks like that.
It must be. It's huge. It goes, I'd say, for a couple of kilometers.
Yeah, look at this. We haven't seen this around the island yet. There's these big old plants, like very, I guess they're like a desert plant, almost like a cactus.
Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Agave.
Agave?
I think so.
Ah, don't they use that to make maybe tequila? Is it tequila?
Maybe.
We could be way off on that one.
Could be.
Back to the sand for a second. This is definitely the finest sand we've come across so far. It's almost like the Caribbean.
Yeah, maybe not quite as white as some of the Caribbean beaches. It's more, I don't know what we'll call it, a browner, darker shade, but not much seaweed at all, which we found at some other beaches. The water's a little bit wavier, I'd say. I don't know if it's always like this or if it's just an especially windy day.
Someone also told us it's really cold.
Oh yeah, someone did warn us that the word that they use in Greek is something to do with ice to describe the water here.
So far this town is pretty interesting. Now remember, we're kind of like just on a scouting mission to see maybe this is where we'd want to be on Corfu if we decide to stay here for longer.
Yeah, we haven't tested out any internet yet, so we're not even sure if it's possible in that sense.
No.
But what else?
Everything we read though about Wi-Fi so far has not been good.
That seems to be everywhere here.
It is, yeah. So that's the thing. There does seem to be a lot of restaurants, and the beach certainly does the trick. There's tons of chairs. You're not going to not find a chair, huh?
Yeah, definitely not this time of year. Something that takes a little bit of time to scope out when you're looking for a place to live for a while is having a certain type of sense of community where you know people, make friends. We really had that in Cabarete, which was great. We knew a lot of people in town, had a kind of a core group of friends, which was so nice. Of course, you're not just going to walk into a town and know if you're going to get that or not, but it's definitely a bonus when you find it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the hardest thing to find because the rest is all visual. You can figure it out, but finding those people you connect with, that's the tough part.
Yes.
Time to take a seat here. We've been walking around for a little bit now and talking amongst ourselves about where and what we're going to do. We told you guys that we're going to make a decision at the end of the video if we're staying here in Corfu or if we're moving on to somewhere else.
Yeah, so first off, we've really, really loved Corfu. It's super awesome island, so incredibly beautiful. Might be one of the most beautiful islands in Greece that we've been to. It's
easily
stunning.
But, however, amongst our conversation, we realized that there is another place calling our names in a whole different region of Greece. It is in the Cyclades.
Do you want to tell them what it is?
Should we tell you guys? Because we're going to live there for a while. Like, for a while. We've made the decision. We were close to making the decision last week, but we're good now.
Maybe we give them some hints?
We'll give you some hints. How about that?
Make some guesses in the comments. So it's not a huge island. It's not like one of the biggest Greek islands by any means. That's also not teeny tiny either.
No, well that's a good. And also we have been to it before.
Yes.
So if you went back in our older videos, you'd probably find a video on it. So I'll let you you guys guess. We're stoked to go back there. I know that.
Yeah, super stoked. We've rented a place, or we're gonna rent a place for a while and just hang out.
It'll be a big surprise to a lot of you guys. Now, thank you all for watching. I hope you're excited about this Greece series. You could probably tell with the smile on our faces. Like we're just thrilled to be back. It's not getting old, and I could just stay here for years, honestly.
I know. I could seriously move to Greece like, permanently.
So
I love it here.
it's Trevor and Anna, Delightful Travelers. And just in case you don't know that, hit the like button. That helps us out. Heck, leave us a comment. Let us know if you're excited. A huge thanks to all of you for watching, and a humongous extra thanks to all of our Patreons and our channel members. You guys keep us on the road. But for now, I think we're going to head back to our town, pack the car, and get ready to move on to live somewhere else.
Yeah, that'll be in the next video. All right, guys, that's it.
From Corfu, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.